This video is a complete guide on how to start an Airbnb business. If you're a new real estate investor and you want to get into the Airbnb business and you just don't know how, here's a video for you. In today's video, we'll cover Airbnb's background, how to make a business plan for your Airbnb, startup costs for a new Airbnb business, how to choose the right location and property type, how to set up your listing, how to take photos, how to screen guests, and more. So let's get started. Follow along the chapters in our timeline and use our show notes in the description for more details on everything talked about. What is Airbnb? Airbnb is a short-term rental platform that allows people to rent out their homes or even spare rooms to travelers from all around the world. Airbnb has become increasingly popular in recent years, and it's now a rather common way to travel. Why do guests like to stay with Airbnb? First and foremost, it can be cheaper than staying in a traditional hotel. And since most Airbnb rentals are located in residential neighborhoods, guests feel like they're getting an authentic experience of the place they're visiting. Additionally, guests often prefer the amenities and services that Airbnb rentals offer, such as kitchens, laundry facilities, and private bedrooms. Why do investors invest in Airbnbs? Investors own Airbnbs for several reasons. First, it's a really great way to earn income from your investment property. And since most Airbnb rentals are located in desirable areas, it's also a really nice way to increase the value of a property. Additionally, investing in Airbnb can be a great way to diversify your portfolio and earn passive income. Now let's talk about how to start an Airbnb business, and I have broken down the process into a few steps. The first step to starting any business is putting together a business plan. This document will outline your business goals and strategies and will help you plan on how you want to achieve them. Now, you may be thinking, I'm renting out a spare bedroom in my apartment. Calm down. Why do I need a business plan right now? It's just my opinion, but in writing down your business plan as the first step in the process, it allows you to think through your strategy and the implementation details before you make any tough decisions, such as pricing, how often you want to rent out your property, what amenities you can afford to offer guests, things like that. Some key components your business plan should include are your Airbnb business goals. For example, how quickly are you looking to get your money back on your investment? Is this one of several short-term rentals that you want to buy in the coming years? Your target market. Who are you going to be renting to? Are you aiming for families, business travelers, couples? You should have an idea from an early stage in the process. Your marketing strategy. How will you promote your rental property? Will you advertise online? Are there local businesses you can collaborate with? Your financial goals. How much money are you planning to make in the first year of being in business? How will you furnish and decorate your Airbnb rentals? And what is your budget for that? Are there startup costs when starting an Airbnb? The answer to this question overall is that it kind of depends. It's not a good answer. Because you can start small by listing just a room of your apartment or home, there's the possibility for very little money upfront. However, if you're looking to get into the business on a larger scale, there will be some startup costs that you can't get around. Some business and administrative costs, for example, they're always going to be there. You'll need to insure your rental property and have a liability policy in place. Research what policies are available and how much they'll cost you. Airbnb does offer hosts a policy up to $1 million, but it doesn't cover everything. So just make sure you fully understand what your policy covers and what it does not. Permits and licenses. Depending on your city or town, you may need to obtain permits or licenses in order to operate your Airbnb business. Be sure to check with your local government to see what's required before investing. Utilities and subscriptions. Depending on the utility provider, your monthly expenses may differ. The winter months are often more expensive than the summer months when it comes to heating costs, and you have to figure out a way to anticipate seasonal fluctuations. It's always recommended that you have internet services for your units, but things like HBO or sports channels can be optional perks for your guests, but they're extras that you would have to pay for out of pocket. Amenities. You must furnish your Airbnb units. This includes basics like beds, dressers, linens, towels, dishes, and silverware. You will also need to provide things like soap, shampoo, and other toiletries that your guests will use. So if your unit is in your home, this could run you as little as a couple $100s. But of course, if you're furnishing a whole house, it could be 2, 3, 4,000 or more, depending how crazy you get. You will need to factor the costs of cleaning between guests. If you're doing it all yourself, this could just be the cost of your time. But if you hire someone, you need to pay their hourly rate plus the cost of any cleaning supplies that they use. Marketing. You will need to market your rental property online. And the good news is there are many free and low-cost ways to do this. Just by listing your property on an Airbnb, a Vrbo, a HomeAway, or other similar sites, those platforms are designed to put your property in front of those looking to rent. You can also create a separate website or a blog for your rental business. However, most, as I said, Airbnb hosts just rely on the website for enough exposure to get them started. Step 2, how to find the right location for your Airbnb business. When it comes to starting an Airbnb business, one of the most important decisions you will make is choosing the right location. Some factors to consider when choosing a location are budget, target market, desired amenities, average rental prices, proximity to tourist attractions, transportation options, and you also want to make sure that the location you choose is safe and has a good reputation. So just a tip for this, check crime rates before you start buying and read online reviews of neighborhoods. And even check social media, Facebook groups and things for specific neighborhoods. You can get a good idea of its quality from there. Once you've chosen a location, be sure to visit that place in person to get a feel of the area. You have to make sure that you would stay there, you would bring your family there. And if so, then it's a great fit for your business. The next step in starting your Airbnb business is to choose the right property type. There are several different types of properties that can be used for Airbnb rentals, including apartments, houses, condos, and even tree houses. Believe me, I've seen them. The property type you will choose will really depend on a number of factors, including your budget, the size of your target market, and the amenities you plan on offering your guests. If you're working with a limited budget, an apartment or condo may be the best option. If you're looking to accommodate larger groups, a full house may be a better choice. Some factors to consider when choosing your property are also the size of your target market, number of bedrooms, amenities offered, property management fees, HOA dues and regulations, the location itself, and the type of property. You also want to make sure that the property you choose is in good condition and it meets all of the safety requirements that Airbnb standardizes. One tip to do this is to find a real estate agent with short-term rental experience. There are a lot of us, I promise. As outlandish of a request as it sounds, we are out there. Also, during the buying process, schedule a professional inspection of the property. Once you've chosen a property, be sure to visit it in person if you are an out-of-town investor to make sure that it's the right fit for your business. With all of that covered, money should be one of the central factors in your decision-making process as well. Even if you are just beginning your Airbnb hosting journey, even if you don't have a property to list yet, you should still make an account on Airbnb and play around with the map feature on that app. What kind commands the most nightly rent? You even can make a dummy listing and play around with pricing and see what combination of property features and location will get you the greatest financial outcome, and let that be your guide moving forward. Step 4, set up your listing. After you have made the tough decisions and you've purchased a property, the next step in starting your Airbnb business is setting up your listing. This process involves the following steps. You visit Airbnb, the website or the app, and you create a profile. Enter information about your property, including photos, rates, and availability. Write a description of your property. Create house rules for your guests. Highlight the unique features of your property. Offer amenities that are appealing to your target market. And one additional thing I wanted to go over in the section that corresponds with setting up a listing is how to take the best property photos of your Airbnb. Take photos during the daytime to get the best lighting possible. Use a high quality camera and capture clear, detailed images. However, as a caveat, sometimes iPhones are even better than cameras, so use what you have. Just make sure that your photos are high quality. Focus on the property's best features. Include shots of your property's exterior, interior, bedrooms, bathrooms, and common areas. Avoid using filters or editing the photos too much. Take photos from different angles to give guests a better sense of the space. 20 photos is the max that you can have on your listing, but you want to make sure that all the photos, again, are high quality and highlight the best features of your property. Step 5, screen guests. Once you have made your profile and you added your perfectly crafted property photos, you are then open for business, and a large part of running your business is unfortunately screening your guests. Now, this sounds really terrible, but you do not want every Joe Schmo off the streets to rent out your house. You do not. Your first obligation is to your property. Airbnb is an asset, so you might as well protect it. The first step in screening guests is to create a list of criteria you will accept. And this can include things like the purpose of a guest's stay, how many people will be staying at the property at one time, the length of that guest's stay, any special requests they may have, their review and ratings from other hosts, their ID and contact information. If they meet your wants and criteria, then send them a message and confirm their booking. But if they do not meet your criteria, politely decline their request. The final step in starting your Airbnb business that we're going to talk about today is how to manage your listing. This involves tasks like responding to messages and requests promptly, answering guests' questions about the property and the area, coordinating with guests on check-in and check-out times, staying in communication with guests during their stay, and of course doing standard cleaning and property maintenance, providing clean linens and towels for guests, restocking toiletries and other amenities as needed. Take advantage of Airbnb's resources and tools. They have a lot of really great automation that can help you with the day-to-day tasks so that you're not so bogged down with busy work that the nature of the business requires you to do. And it also helps you to really grow your business with a limited staff as well. By utilizing these simple steps, you are already on your way to becoming a very successful Airbnb host. Just remember to be clear about your expectations, set up your listing carefully, and screen guests thoroughly to ensure a positive experience for everyone involved. Thank you as always to Mashvisor for sponsoring today's video. At Mashvisor, we help beginner and seasoned investors find the best areas for investing in both traditional and short-term rental properties. And of course, all listings come with analysis to help you make the best choice for your business. So check us out. It's mashvisor.com, and you can get a free 7-day trial by using the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael. Follow me on Instagram. It's Michael Talks Real Estate, and I'll see you soon.